Hi everyone. Thank you for watching. By law, I have to tell you that this is for entertainment purposes only. All videos are property of Psychic Liz Cross, LLC. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare again with you on the 8th of July, 2026, joined as usual by psychic medium and remote viewer. Liz Cross, how are we doing today, Liz?
Oh, good, but I don't understand this at all. Nigel Farage resigns. You'll have
Well,
to
I didn't know
explain.
anything about it. I just saw something, Nick Varr on the Patreon, on the Discord, just put a post up for and asked me, and I didn't know because I'm not really watching UK domestic policies. I'm much more concerned with geopolitics and global stuff at the moment. And then Kate has filled me in with what's happened. So, of course, I've now done a little bit of research off the back of it, and we're going to do a probe. Right. So, grab Nigel, please.
Right. Okay. What would you like to know?
Why has he resigned?
Why did you resign? It was the right thing to do.
Why was it the right thing to do?
Why was it the right thing to do? He says, I've been caught out.
Is this to do with the alleged undeclared donations or some sort of gifting kind that's been alleged? I mean, I don't know the actual amount, so is it anything to do with that? Is that what he's been caught out with?
With being caught out of the game. Yes.
Okay, well, Angela Rayner got caught out fiddling her tax, but she didn't resign. She had just stepped down from being a minister. Okay, does he believe there's been a witch hunt against him about this, or does he accept that, he's doing the right thing?
Do you believe that there has been a witch hunt about this? Yes, there's always a witch hunt, he says.
That's true. Yeah. I think so. Okay. Now this is going to he realize that this will trigger a by-election in his constituency, which is Clacton on Sea?
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Okay. And is it his contention to stand in that by-election?
Yes.
Okay. And what does he hope to achieve by standing in the by-election?
Yeah. Re-election.
Okay. And will that then vilify him, or what will that do? I mean, does he think
What,
then that if he's re-elected, then it's sort of everything's okay?
do you think that that will make everything? Yes, it means that the public have offered their forgiveness.
And does he have to resign for that to happen, does he believe?
That's his strategy. Yes.
Okay. Apparently, Labour and Conservative, the Labour and Conservative parties are going to boycott this election. And at the moment, there's only one other candidate standing, which is a something called Count Binface, which is some unheard of comedian. So at the moment, there are only two candidates. I don't know if any other party, like the Greens or anyone, will field a candidate. But does he feel confident about winning?
Oh, yes, he his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions, he will win
Okay. When is this by-election going to be? Do we know?
as soon as possible. I
Oh,
think in the next few weeks.
right. Okay. All right. Let's put him out till the last day of August.
Okay, so August 31st, 2026, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay.
What happened in the Clacton by-election, Nigel?
What happened in neglected? He was reelected.
Okay. It's difficult to find a reason to vote for Count Binface. The
Well,
man.
I'm surprised Restore Britain didn't have a candidate lined up.
Well, let's ask him. Did they have a candidate lined up?
Did Restore Britain have a candidate lined up for that? Yes, they
But
didn't get as many votes because nobody knows who they are.
okay. All right. So he's now back as being an MP then. How many other um, candidates were there apart from himself at the election, at the by-election? How many other candidates stood apart from himself?
How many other candidates? There's about four in total.
Did any of them lose their deposits? And what I mean by that, for those who don't know, if you don't get a certain level of vote, you actually lose your deposit. I think you have to put down about £1,000, or it used to be about £1,000 to be selected or be entered onto the register, you know. So if you're under a certain amount of votes, you lose that deposit. It's called losing your deposit. So is he aware of any of the candidates that lost their deposit?
No.
Okay, all right. That means they all got some votes then. Okay. All right. So now what will the future? Let's hold him out at the end of August. What will now be the future for Nigel Farage as far as UK politics are concerned?
As far as UK politics are concerned, what do you think is the future? He wants to be prime minister.
Oh, he does now. Okay. Okay.
I
Uh,
mean, that's his personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions of today. I mean, he wants to be prime minister. I don't think he will be.
no, no, I remember we did a probe on this, didn't we? Okay, what does he think? Has Andy Burnham been selected to be Prime Minister as of the 31st of August, or is Keir Starmer still Prime Minister?
31st of Andy Burnham.
Okay. And Andy Burnham's on record of being very pro reversing Brexit. What does he think about that?
He wants to reverse that. That's the whole thing that they want to do.
Yeah.
They
And
have more support if they reverse Brexit.
right. Well, let's putting my own slant in here. Let's hope that never happens. Okay, and what's he going to do about preventing that? Or what's he going to do to try and prevent that?
Who, Nigel?
Hmm.
What are you going to do about preventing the reversal of Brexit? He says there's nothing he really can do.
Element of a yes, big element of truth there, but I just thought, well, okay. Right, let's bring in Margaret Thatcher,
Okay.
Harold Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
and Winston Churchill. And I know it's difficult because these guys, people are in spirit, but in the future, does Brexit become reversed de facto, de jure? Does the United Kingdom go back under the claw of the
European,
European Union?
the claw. Does the UK, does it ever get reversed, or does England or the UK ever rejoin the European Union? Yes.
And when would that be?
When does it take place? Um, 2040s, 2050s.
Oh, okay.
But it's how they're going to do it though, is that they just go in so, so much at a time that we're there anyway. You know what
Right,
I mean? Like, oh, we may as well, because we're there anyway, we may as well just say we are part of the European Union,
right.
which is their plan all along.
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. Okay, but it's not going to happen in this Parliament session. In other words, up until 2029, it won't happen.
Till 2029. It won't happen. It will happen I mean, there'll be a lot of things that are rejoined back, yes. But are we going to, like, officially? No.
Right. Okay. So it's almost sort of Brexit by the back door, just adopt more and more of the European Union regulations.
Exactly.
One of the things the European Union are currently debating in their parliament and are hoping to get through before their summer recess is the chat whatever they're calling it, the chat protocol, where basically they demand that all online social media accounts, Twitter, whatever, WhatsApp, Signal, all of that, that the European Union have access to all of those feeds. Is that going to happen?
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're trying to get it through the European Parliament at the moment, and they want to try and get it done before the summer recess. But yeah, that's one of the things they're trying to do. They're trying to, they want to give themselves the power to force tech companies to make open, even if the transmissions are encrypted between two parties, they want to be able to. So it's exactly like the Stasi in the Cold War, where they basically intercepted every call, every in analog form, but this is the modern version of it. So these are the important values that the European Union espoused to. So I'm just wondering whether they are successful. Let's ask Margaret Thatcher about this one. Are they successful in getting this legislation through in the next, let's say, 1 year, by the end of 2028?
Yes.
Oh dear.
So explain that to me again. What do they want?
They want the ability, they want to give themselves um, the power to force companies to um, make open their threads, if you like. So, in other words, if I was to chat to you, I don't know how it's going to affect America, but within the European Union, if I speak to my friend, Hans in Germany, and my friend, you know, Olga in Norway or something like that. No, they're not in the EU. I don't know, in Denmark. That conversation, although we would be having that conversation, they want to have the ability to be able to know what we're talking about. So how
And
that
they
would,
will. They will
right?
have that ability. Now, I have a question. What about WhatsApp? Will they be able to have the ability to know what is being said on WhatsApp? No,
No. Well, I'm
no.
hoping that if that's the case, then the American tech companies, because they have freedom of speech protection, First Amendment, I hope they tell the EU to go and take a flying jump. And um, most of the messenger services are American owned. I can't imagine. I don't know. I can't imagine that I don't know. I mean, will
Mm.
American companies comply with the European regulations? I don't see why they should.
Some will, yes.
But WhatsApp won't. See,
No, WhatsApp
WhatsApp's owned by
won't.
Facebook Meta, isn't it? So
Yes, Facebook. But there's certain aspects of each company as well.
yeah, but I mean, you're in America. I'm in the UK. I mean, we're chatting. Oh, we're not on WhatsApp. We're chatting on Zoom,
Mm.
which I think is Chinese originally.
Zoom will. Zoom will comply.
Oh, sure.
Instagram comply? Yes. TikTok, yes. Or whatever. Oh, Facebook. I feel Facebook will. WhatsApp? No.
Well, Facebook own WhatsApp. They also own Instagram as well.
Yeah.
They don't own TikTok, but okay. So WhatsApp won't, right? Okay. There's another one called Signal. Will they comply?
No.
Right. Okay.
Telegram will not comply either.
Right. Okay. The European Union won't be successful then because, for
Reddit
these,
will comply. Reddit will. And will Discord? No. So it's not a blanket thing. Some will, some won't.
right. But it's
But don't
amazing, isn't it?
forget,
Go on.
sorry, just a reminder, those of you who are not in the Patreon, you won't know this, but so we did a reverse speech. We keep getting this 2033, 2033. And so I did a reading with David Oates, and we focused on 2033, and what came back in the reversals was they are listening. So by 2033, that's when all the tracking and the tracing implementation really starts to grab hold of everybody from that point onwards.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's all about control. It's always all about control. And it's interesting because the biggest proponents of control were the old ex-Soviet Union, which is obviously nothing to do with today's Russia, but the communist-run Soviet Union, and then we had the Eastern German communists, and then all the other Eastern European countries that were subsumed by communist USSR. And what was the biggest thing that they were interested in? Control, control, control all the time. In Eastern Germany, it was said that 1 out of 3 workers, everybody worked for the Stasi, the state, and spent all their time spying on their neighbors and everything else. And that's pretty much what the European Union is set up to do, or trying to do. They don't want private conversations. They don't want people doing anything. So this expands their statehood. How they're going to do it, I don't know, with no money, but that will be very interesting to see. It's good that if this does happen, that America does not comply and American companies do not comply.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because Germany are out of the World Cup, a lot of
Mm.
them are saying, there's a lot of articles coming out lately. I haven't read them about, well, it's more than football that's wrong with Germany. It's football is the symptom, which I don't know if I agree or disagree with that. But there's so much more wrong with Germany at the moment,
Yeah.
particularly the fact that most of the manufacturing has gone to China.
Yeah. Well, Germany did themselves a big disadvantage because they cut themselves off from cheap, reliable Russian oil and gas, which
Mm.
powered their industrial revolution, really. And they've cut themselves off from it. So it's now, they're having to buy in imported LNG gas at 3 times the market price from America and places like that. Um, and of course, then when your everything is energy. So when your energy costs go higher and higher, then your costs go up, and you then become very uncompetitive in the marketplace. So, yeah, I mean the industrial decline of Germany. I think we've covered this in previous probes. It's not
Mm.
good, but they're doing
No, I
it
don't know
themselves.
how they're going to cope.
Well, how they're going to cope is the AfD is hopefully going to get themselves in power and kick out these lunatics and, start making Germany great again. They have started, by the way. The Nagelsmann, the German football coach, has resigned after their shock exit, and apparently the ex-Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has now accepted a place to be the lead coach of Germany, which probably means that Germany will win everything from about 2 years' time onwards. So
But wasn't he sacked from Liverpool?
sacked? Absolutely not, Liz. That's completely wrong. He left. He'd been there 8 or
Oh,
9
he
years.
left.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
But I think he's been in the wilderness, so he's been doing some work on his property, and I think he lives in no, is it Mallorca or Minorca, somewhere like that. And I think he just misses it. So I think Germany do need him. I was rather hoping that we got him in England. Actually, that would have been amazing. Anyway, not
Well,
that our
we've got a
coaches.
German anyway.
I know, but there's Germans and there's Germans. Klopp is probably the best German manager on the planet at the moment. So, but anyway, so Germany will get him back, and they will be a force because the way Klopp runs things. It's just look what he did to Liverpool. So, yeah, it'll be good. Okay, but on the broader spectrum, yes, Germany's going to have problems unless they change course. you cannot keep buying expensive energy and expect to be expect to be anywhere on the global market. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to a lot of the German brands if this carries on. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll stop this one here. Thank you
I
very
think so.
much.